Hello, hello, lovelies, and welcome back to Love Life with Court. If this is your first time tuning in, well, welcome to the family. Today, we are going to be talking about manifesting our best year yet. You heard it first. It's hit the tabloids. 2024 is going to be the one. We are not messing around. We are here to be our best self, our most successful self, and we will not take no for an answer. And that's what we are going to be talking about today. Diving into how we can set powerful intentions for the new year to ensure that we are optimizing this year in terms of opportunities and new experiences and really just becoming our best self and continue to embark on this amazing journey called life. Now, before we really get into the nitty-gritty of what we want 2024 to look like and how we are going to be setting these intentions, I want to drop some stats to you. That is that the Forbes Health Survey found that the average resolution lasts just 3.74 months. With that, only 8% of people tend to stick with their goals for the first month, while 22% last 2 months and 13% last 4 months. Additional studies have also indicated that only 9% of people who make resolutions complete them, and 43% quit by the end of January. That is almost half of the people who set resolutions for themselves in the new year quit within the first 30 days of setting those resolutions. And if you are tuning in right now, we are not doing that, honey. That is not a part of our plan. That is not what our 2024 is going to look like. We are going to stay committed. We are going to stay successful. And we are not going to allow these statistics to influence who we will be in 2024. Now, with those statistics, what they referred to is New Year resolutions. And if you can tell by the title, we are not talking about resolutions, we are talking about intentions. And these two components, resolutions and intentions, have a very significant difference, especially when you are stemming from manifestation and spirituality when setting these goals. So resolution and intentions are both ways of expressing a commitment to a personal growth or change. However, the difference between setting New Year intentions and New Year resolutions are resolutions are a firm decision to do or not do something, and it often implies a specific actionable goal. Things like a lifestyle, cutting out certain foods, or ensuring that you are always working out 4 or 5 days a week. We know that when gyms in January, the memberships fly sky high, they increase, and then after a few months, those memberships get lost in people's wallets and membership enrollment goes down quite a bit. So resolution is a firm decision to do or not do something, and an intention is a purpose or plan which involves the direction of your thoughts, energy, and actions towards a particular outcome. So again, resolutions tend to be associated with a determined mindset, emphasizing willpower and discipline, and they are often tied to a specific time frame, such as annual goals or deadlines, like I'm going to lose 15 pounds within the first 2 months before March. It's typically, when it comes to a resolution, we are setting deadlines for ourselves and time frames. And when it comes to intentions, they are often linked to a mindful and present mindset, unlike the determined mindset that a resolution stems from. And these intentions emphasize the journey and the alignment of thoughts and actions with a desired outcome. So it's not just stemming from discipline and willpower and determination. And intentions can also be ongoing. They are timeless, and they are focused on the journey rather than a fixed endpoint. What I like to think in terms of when we are looking at resolutions and intentions is that when I set a goal for myself, I am setting an intention, not a resolution. When I intend to do something, I want it to be something that is habitual, that stays with me for the rest of my life. And when we set resolutions, I think when we hit that end goal, the reward immediately comes and we no longer have that satisfaction that we achieved something, but are we able to maintain it? Is it something that we can keep consistent? And as I'm talking about this, I'm thinking a lot about healthy lifestyle and your physical health and emotional health, like weight loss or weight gain. When I lost my 90 pounds, I really focused on the intentions behind losing that weight and not the resolution. So I wasn't so focused on losing those almost 100 pounds in the next year, but instead I was focused on that day by day, ensuring that I'm following these habits and whatever happens, happens, because I wanted to be a healthier, stronger self, not a skinnier self. And when we are focused on that end goal all the time, we forget to enjoy the intentions behind it. So every day, eating healthier, feeling better, and it doesn't fall so much into that discipline, but instead having that satisfaction in being more present and mindful. So that is the difference between resolutions and intentions. And for the purpose of this episode, we are only going to be focusing on intentions. We're going to say goodbye to these resolutions, to that strict, disciplined frame of mind where we set goals for ourselves, and we are simply going to be focusing on setting intentions. So how does setting intentions help with manifestation? Setting intentions help by providing clarity, guiding decision making, fostering a positive mindset, aligning your energy with desired outcomes, aiding visualization, increasing awareness of opportunities, promoting mindfulness, serving as a foundation for manifestation rituals, and creating emotional resonance with your goals. And it's a proactive and focused approach that directs your energy towards achieving specific positive outcomes in your life. For example, every day when I do yoga and when I'm journaling, I am constantly setting intentions. And a lot of times I will just pick one word of what my intentions for the day are in one word. And that can be like productivity, success, kindness, empathy, patience. Those are a lot of words that I'm constantly using. And when you are beginning to set your intentions, you could start by just using one word. What do you want 2024 to look like for you in one word? Take a minute to really think. Do you want it to be practical? Do you want it to be successful? Do you want it to be spiritual? Do you want it to be kind, peaceful, energetic, productive? I think I already said productive, but if you can tell, I'm really focused on productivity lately. First thing I want you to do before we even get into the juice of today's episode is think about one word of what you want 2024 to look like. What is your one word intention of what 2024 will be for you? 2024 for me will be abundant. It will be abundant in all aspects. It'll be abundant in financials. It will be abundant in love. It will be abundant in peace. It will be abundant in success. It will be abundant in, energy, abundant in everything. For me, 2024 is going to be abundant. Now, we talked about the difference between resolution and intentions. We talked about how does setting intentions help with manifestation. And most specific being that it's a proactive and focused approach that directs our energy towards achieving a specific and positive outcome in our life. Now I'm going to be talking about how we can manifest our best year and how we can begin to set these powerful intentions for the new year. And first thing is reflecting on the past year. So what I've been doing the past month when I'm journaling is reflecting a lot and practicing a lot of gratitude for what my past year has looked like. Yesterday in my journal, I wrote what I am grateful for and what I am excited for. And I wrote about, I would say, 5 or 6 pages, to be honest, on just one sentence of everything that I was grateful for this year. And then one sentence on everything that I'm excited for this year. And now what also I want you to do in terms of reflecting on the past year is really thinking about what lessons did you learn? What experiences did you have? What certain achievements did you have? What were the challenges that you faced in the past year? And using these as a foundation for setting meaningful intentions. When we can look at, okay, what are things that worked this year? What are things that did not, that gotta go? And what are some things that I've learned that I want to implement in the following year? So spend some time before you really want to think about what your intentions are for 2024 on just reflecting on how 2023 served you. What did 2023 do for you that you are either going to carry forth or let go of? And that falls into letting go of the old and exploring the significance of releasing and letting go of anything that no longer serves you. And these can be things like negative patterns, limiting beliefs, or unfulfilling situations. So what are some things that you did this year that did not serve you? Things that you just need to let go. It could be people. It could be, like I said, limiting beliefs, negative patterns, negative habits. What are, if you want to quit smoking, if you want to quit drinking, if you want to quit overeating. Now we're falling a little bit into those resolutions. So instead, looking at it as, I want to cut down on things. I want to eliminate these things. And we're not going to set clear deadlines for ourselves, but we're going to be setting those intentions, right? And that falls into creating a vision for the future. So we're reflecting on the past year. We're letting go of the old, releasing and letting go of anything that no longer serves us. And now we are creating a vision for the future. And this is the process of creating a clear and inspiring vision for the upcoming year, emphasizing the power of visualization and manifestation. We all know that when it comes to manifesting, we need to visualize. Visualize is the key component to manifesting. I know a lot of my listeners, this is a concept or a practice that they struggle with, especially if you're someone who finds it more difficult to imagine things that are not a part of your reality. We all have a little bit of difficulties with creating images in our mind that we have never experienced, but that's where we're going to be building off our current experience and setting intention. So what are some things that we do not like? What are some things that we want to improve, and begin to visualize a different storyline for those? And what I'm going to talk about are some steps to kickstart that manifestation journey for the new year. Now, first thing is reflecting on your priorities. So what truly matters to you? What are things this year that maybe you did not focus on, you did not prioritize? And that could be you. Maybe you have been super busy with your kids, super busy with your spouse, your career, whatever it may be, and you're not focusing on who you are, who you want to be, and what matters to you. So first thing, reflecting on your priorities. What are things that you will not neglect in 2024? And saying that as an affirmation statement. Write things down that you will no longer neglect, that you will no longer ignore, because they are important to you and they matter. Next is defining goals. So clearly outline specific and achievable goals. We talk a lot about this in my previous episode, is setting those incremental goals and things that are practical. When we begin to start our web of goals, we want it to be achievable. We want every single thing in there so easy to achieve that it's ridiculous to not try. And how we do that is splitting it into a web. So maybe your goal right now is to become more spiritual. Now it could be a whole thing of saying, okay, 2024, I'm going to be more spiritual. But we're going to make that web instead of, okay, first things first, I'm going to start manifesting 4 times a week. And once you start practicing that, manifesting 4 times a week, you're going to move on to your next little web. Now that you're manifesting 4 times a week, you're also going to be 2 days of those manifestation is going to be focused on visualization because you're trying to improve that. And now you're also going to incorporate moving your body 3 times a week. And then we continue to make that web. And then our goal when that whole web is built is to have that goal finished. Now, we really want to break it down. So like I said, define your goals and clearly outline specific achievable goals. If you don't know where to start, it is not an achievable goal. Next, visualize success. And this is probably will fall into your defining goals, is practice more visualization depending on what you are working towards. And imagine yourself achieving those goals vividly. And another little tidbit, very much side note, if you are new to visualization, start with simple things that you are familiar with. And it could be as simple as visualizing an apple, visualizing what your spouse looks like, visualizing what your face looks like, things that you are familiar with. And the more you practice this, the easier it will be to begin to visualize experiences that you are not familiar with. Next thing is embracing positivity. And we all know this is harder said than done, but what we want to do is frame our vision with positive language and emotions. This is a huge goal that I'm always working towards and a huge intention that I'm actively practicing each and every day. And it could be as easy as waking up in the morning and looking at yourself when you are looking your worst and just telling yourself you love them. Looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. You are beautiful. What can I do for you today? And then also our external environment. So what are things that we are easily negative about? It could be the people we surround ourselves with, the experiences that we have, and embracing those positive components as well. So any situation that we are experiencing, let's try to actively be aware of our language and how we can turn it into a positive situation. Another practice to kickstart your manifestation journey for the new year could be connecting emotionally. So ensure that your vision resonates with your deepest desires and values. We don't want to start our intentions just because they sound good to us. We want to set intentions that we feel connected to. When you think about it, you immediately get those butterflies. You get that excitement. You can start to imagine it or think about what your life will be and how it will change when those goals have been implemented and those intentions have been reflected into your reality. Another thing you can do is writing it down. I always tell people whenever they are beginning a new journey or have a new goal to write it down. Document your vision in a concise and compelling statement. Having one affirmation statement that you use every day, that is your claiming statement. That is a statement you use that reminds you what you are manifesting, what your intentions are. So for the longest time when I was on my weight loss journey, I would always say that I am continuing to build the strongest and healthiest mind and body. That was my statement every single day. And then what happens is you really begin to connect and feel with it. That ties back into connecting emotionally. Just simply saying it as often as you can and make it compelling. Make it like you're selling yourself to this. Like, holy shit, I'm going to be the healthiest and strongest person I've ever been. And I'm continuing to do that every day. I'm sold. Like, you want it to be kind of like your elevator pitch, that statement where it's like, heck yeah, I want that. Heck yeah, I want to do that. Another thing is staying flexible. So allow room for adaptability as circumstances change. You may be manifesting something that is just not fitting into your storyline right now. And no matter how hard you're trying, you have to tweak it a little bit. You have to be flexible. These intentions that you have, maybe you got to change them a little, and that's okay. As long as you're staying on course, you're staying true to yourself, and you are feeling still emotionally connected to those intentions. So allowing room for change. Then you can also take action. Develop an actionable plan to manifest your vision, and that's where I refer back to that web. Whenever we are defining our goals and our intentions, let's start that web of all those little practical and achievable goals that you can do to really meet that larger goal, that bigger goal that you have. And if you want to learn more about setting goals in increments, you can check out my podcast. It's called Taking the Stairs to Reach Your Goals. And it essentially just stems from skipping the elevator, skipping the escalator, and going straight to the stairs, that you are reaching every single important moment, every single goal, and learning along the process. Then we have expressing gratitude. And by expressing gratitude, we cultivate a mindset for what we aim to attract. That's just going back to what I was journaling about the other day, where I say what I am grateful for and what I am excited about. Because the more that you are practicing gratitude, the more space you are making in your life for your manifestations to come into fruition. If you are constantly seeking and desiring but not practicing gratitude, you are not matching the energy of what your manifestations will bring you. Lastly, we have review regularly. This one seems a little boring, but it ties back into staying flexible and essentially everything I talked about today, which is periodically revisiting and refining your vision throughout the year. Just because we set a goal for ourselves, an intention for ourselves, doesn't mean it has to stay the same, but we want to make sure we're staying true to ourselves, we are staying emotionally connected, reflecting on our priorities, maintaining flexibility, and expressing gratitude for that. Continue to revisit your goals. Think about how you can change them to serve you and to better help you, or if you don't need to change them, perfect. And if we want to make the universe laugh, tell her your plan. Tell her, because I promise you, she'll make you laugh right back, because not everything goes to plan, and that's okay. But when we set our intentions, that's how we stay on plan, and that's how we are able to be flexible, and that's how we are able to take action and review our goals regularly. So that was today's episode. If you are listening to this before the new year, get on it, girl. You got this. You can do it. I know for a matter of fact, if you implement these small tasks into your day-to-day, you can really begin to cultivate your dream life and making that dream life your reality. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram, check me out on TikTok. It's all at Love Life with Court, and I cannot wait to join you guys in the new year. I have so many amazing things coming, and I really appreciate your support. Whoever is listening to this, my gratitude just goes to you so much, because I am just on such a beautiful journey, and it honestly makes me emotional because I'm just so excited for all the great things that are going to come in the new year, and I want to continue to help you all on this amazing journey. So I hope you all have the most amazing holiday. Have a great new year, and I cannot wait for all the great things that are going to come for us in the new year. Mwah. Bye, my loves.